and good evening. I'm back. I'm back for another plane ship stream. Why not? Why not? 1 second. Let me check everything is in order. Should be. Everything should be in order. Here I am. Hello. Hello, boys and girls. Hello. Hello. So we have a very good news, huh? A very good news that you can see on screen. Very good news. The good news is that we did it again. We did it again. Another alpha release is out. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. New release is out. New release. Look at this. With a mail icon. We have a new release out. There is nothing better than a new plane shift release that is bringing a lot of new and good stuff. There is already a pretty big known bug, but it's okay. I mean, I'm a bit upset, that we have this bug, but fine. Fine. The problem is that this very nice engine called Unreal Engine sometimes is making me mad. And as you touch anything in one level, it's basically invalidating everything, and you have to rebuild the whole thing, and if you rebuild it, it means that you have to ship 5 gigabytes update all the time. So basically we don't have navigation meshes. You see this nice writing here at the top? Right? This means that navigation mesh needs to be rebuilt. I don't know why, but sometimes the engine is just deciding that it needs to rebuild the meshes. I didn't change this level since July. I didn't do any change to it. But for whatever reason, it needs the meshes to be reloaded. I mean, recreated. And this means that, what is this? It's the skylight. And this means that if we don't have a navigation mesh, no NPC can actually chase. I mean, they can move if they move on a predefined path, which is okay, but they cannot fight. Well, they cannot chase. They can fight in place, but they cannot chase. So I think it's pretty bad, but okay, it's fine. I mean, it was not one of the main things I wanted to release in this release. So, in case you missed it, give me just a second because I need to type something on the Mac. Because the Mac is proceeding, and it's nearly done after 24 hours. Look at this. Look at this. It's done. Okay, the good news is the Mac is done. I mean, it's done, meaning that he compiled everything. Now, between done and released, there is still something to do, but the Mac is done. So let me see what I need to do. So the finalization of the installation, I did it. This one is completed. This one is completed. We don't need to remake the launcher because the launcher stays as it is. So I need to go I need to go Mac Mini, that I'm actually here. And I make it bigger so you can see. Hello, Hula. Yeah, we need to understand why the NPC are not talking. Yes, that's definitely something that I want to check. Because in theory they should talk, but they don't. So I don't know why. That would be something that definitely we need to check. Okay, so finalizing the Mac. We have to do this. We have to do this. Yes. And then we need to create a package. And the package will take a bit of time. Will take quite some time to create because this machine is super slow. So it may take another hour or so. But if we launch it now, you know, in 1 hour we will have it. So this will be Mac release 22. And let's go. So this will take a bit of time, but the one that will take the most is the bzip, right? The bzip is gonna take a lot. But it's okay. It's fine. So in case you missed it, I don't know if you did, but in case you missed it, we have a new release out. And there is a lot of good stuff into it. We have a first version of the mailing system completed, where you can go to the mailman NPC and speak with them and get your mail or send mail. We can buy and sell now a specific amount, which was not available in the previous game. I mean in the previous version. We added the homeworld story screens for the Yankee, the Klyros and the Nolthrir, which is great. I misspelled Nolthrir. Fuck. Wait a second. I don't want to leave that mistype. What is that? That is under PS, www, new page, new site, storage, articles, 22. Nolthrir, where is Nolthrir? Okay, now it's better. Now it's better, I can upload it again. Easy. Okay. I think there is also the same typo in the forum then, but I don't know if I care. Do I care? Yeah, maybe I care. The problem is that I care too much, you know? I should care less. But it's fine. Let me see where is Nolthrir here. So I fixed it also. I'm on the other screen for 1 second, but Nolthrir. Okay, I fixed it. I fixed it. Hello, Christopher. Good morning. The new update is working fine? Nice. Good to hear. We have already some known bugs, but it's okay. I mean, not a news, but we can fix them all. Hello, Flix. We can fix them all. So as I was saying, we added a new homeworld story screens for the Yankee, for the Nolthrir, for the Klyros. Let me refresh, and now Nolthrir should be okay. Haha. We added text in the character creation screen. We added a new help window with some initial data, and we need to say we need to populate the rest. In the compendium, we did a lot of stuff. We implemented a new ability, a new talent. We implemented this examine for plants, for minerals, for creatures. We added also the ability to gain knowledge by fighting some creatures. We added a new icons. We added a new main map. Wow, we have a new main map of the game. And you will have to find the single pieces, but at the moment no one is selling them, but maybe we'll sell. We fixed the waypoints. We improved the mouse selection, so basically you cannot lose anymore the target when speaking with NPC and in all this window, the merchant window, exchange window, mail window. So this should remove a lot of problems that we had with merchants not getting selected. Then we improve random generated events. We fixed the Lambert plate. We fixed some emotes. We added new idle animations. We fixed lights. We fixed group loot. We fixed the scale. And we improved random generated events to be triggered as a group. Look at this list. Look at this list. Finally we did something, huh? Finally. Finally. Let me check the Mac. 1 sec. Oh, no, I have to check it on the other day. I have to do something. I'm here. So what next? What's next? Yes, let me check the Mac. I want to finish this Mac. It's still packaging. Yeah, it will take time. It will take time. Yeah, so we have a new release out. This is the last release before my holidays. So I will go in holiday and I will be back at the end of August. And I will be anyway in Discord because my phone, I will have my phone with me. So I will be able to be in Discord. But I will not be able to release any patches or to do anything. I think I will put an SSH program on my phone so that I can at least connect to the server in case something goes really bad. But yeah. But I think you will survive without me a few weeks, right? You should be able to manage yourself for a few weeks without me. I think you will. Now, the other good news is that we created the PS Unreal Champions. And the PS Unreal Champion is an initiative to select up to maximum of 10 people, because I don't want it to be, you know, 20 or whatever. So I want it really to be, I was thinking to 5, but I think 5 is too much power, you know, it's really too much power. So let's say 10, so there is a bit better distribution. And I asked who wanted to participate and become a PS Unreal champion. They are basically responsible for testing the game and deciding when is time to finally migrate the game fully to the Unreal version. So basically to shut down the old game and to turn on the new game and making the new game the master of the data. So we need to check a bit about exploits, you know, and things like that. So I don't want people to be able to generate infinite money or things like that, right? So we need a bit of testing on this. I started to create here a list. These are the current champions that we have. So we have Trensol, we have Flix, we have Avilai, we have Hariter, we have Raoni, we have Constrabus, we have an undisclosed person that doesn't want to be publicly here, but he will go, but he will test the stuff. So, and we have a Feral, and we still have a few spots open because it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Warnest may join. I don't know. We will see if he joins or not. But anyway, Warnest is one. It could be joining. And so we have one additional spot, right? And then it's done. So if you want to be a PS Unreal champion, you should give me your name now, or you will not get into it. I said you put me on the list. You said put me on the list. I said or you said? Who said? You want to be on the list? If you want to be on the list, I need you to yes, you are not on... Yeah, you know what is the problem? Is that you are changing nicks all the time. It's so confusing for me to know who you are. But yes, you are King Fuxus, right? So you are not in the list at the moment. Why? Okay, so you will be the 10th, I guess. You will be the 10th. The cool charm. What is your nick on Discord? I'll be one of your 10 champions. Great, I'm collecting the names. I will let you know the next steps. Okay, nice. Nice. What is your character name? So you see, you just arrived in time. Look at this. Just arrived in time. You connected at the right time. Perfect. So key fun. Okay, whatever is that. Name. That is your character name. Okay, and it's also your Discord name. At least in our channel. Now you have a different name in Discord overall, but in our server you are named like this, right? Very nice. Yeah, I forgot to add you actually, because you are one of the first that actually said I want to be in. Yeah, you are right. So I'm sorry about that. I think I forgot. So accepted, yes. I need to add you as an editor. So I need your not publicly, but if you can send me privately. Can you send me your Google account email so I can add you to the Google Doc as editor? So I just messaged you. So if you can yeah, send me that, I will add you. Okay, let me do that privately, so that we don't share any email. I mean, sometimes I'm leaking stuff because I have always too many windows open, but I try not to. Okay, just don't give me your credit card number or something like that, right? Because on stream is not a good idea. So, but I'm trying not to leak anything, but sometimes it may happen. Okay, so I did it. So I added you as an editor. Nice. So now you are officially part. You are the ninth champion. I think the 9th champion sounds very good. I think the 9th champion sounds very awesome. You know, the 9th champion. I mean, it's not the first guy that came in, right? So, and then if Warnest joins, also we have a good mix because we have, look at this, we have 4 Linux, 4 Windows, so perfectly balanced, in 1 Mac, which is exactly what I need. Perfect. If they were all Windows, would have been very bad. Is a mix, right? So here at the bottom there should be final response. Are we ready to fully migrate? Right? And I will also say, please do not answer to this question if you didn't first speak with Talad about your full set of tests. Okay, so you cannot say yes just randomly, okay? I mean, not randomly, but I mean, you should not rush a yes or no. You should not rush a yes or no. We should do it only when we think that we are really ready. really ready. Right? Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. And anyway, there is the history of everything. So if someone is trying to edit the box of someone else, I will see it in the history, okay? So you cannot cheat. Because you never know, right? You never know with these young people. Yeah, you should thank me that I called you young. Okay, so someone started already, I say. Someone started already to check some stuff, you see? With comments. Which is okay. Yeah, comments is a good idea. I can yeah, there is a known bug. There is a known bug in unfortunately. There is a known bug in 0722, unfortunately. So the answer will be no for everyone on this one, unfortunately. And I think that under combat, probably I may have the same thing. Yeah, exactly. There is already a known bug, but it's okay. We can fix it in the next release. Do attack a creature, follow me in combat. This one is... This one is also a known bug. So... yeah. But anyway, there is a lot more to test. Now, the only question would be, when you have tested a lot of stuff, and I release a new release, should we retest it all? Hopefully not. But the new release can break stuff, you know? So, I think I just crashed 0722 and trying to summon my pet. That's possible. I can check the crashes, by the way. The Mac is still packaging. It's still packaging. It's moving forward, but it's still packaging. Okay. What should we do tonight? Let me try to do a round of bug fixing. So I think I will... Now, this bug fix will not be in this release, will be in the next release, but I think it's okay. At least we start from a solid base. So let me do this. Let me do this. Local. PS Unreal mission. Alpha 722. Actually, we didn't update this view at all. We didn't update this view. Actually, the mailing system came to this list and is done now. Wow. Amazed by our progress. This one is fixed. This one was more of something for me, not for you, but there was a piece of stuff that had to be fixed. Improve paths, maps drawing, music score, companion expansion. Visual indicator on examine. This one is done. This one is done. So this one actually went into 422. At least this part. So this one was in 422. The factions associated. Well, we did quite a bit. We didn't do all of this, but we did a significant amount of this. So random events, huge shrine, yeah, all of this. Voiceover for race description, voiceover. Yeah, all of this is still missing. Okay, so I'm going to create save as. I'm going to create an alpha 23. I'm going to create an alpha 23 and see what we want to do. Because today, wow, the font. Today we start working on 23. Yay! Today we start working on 23. Let me see. You got a notification about it. I hope you can take the new Ariel free stuff tomorrow before your trip. Yeah, but anyway, I will be back before the next one, so I will be in time. But yes, man, I'm not leaving tomorrow. I'm leaving Tuesday next week. So we still have today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we still have quite good number of days before I'm leaving. Sorry, before I leave. Sometimes my English goes a bit so. Okay. Okay, 023. All of this we can delete. Maybe this one about factions. Yeah, we need to complete this thing. So I will leave it here. There are two people helping me on this, Eonwind and Tua. I hope that they can finish it, right? Now let me put here in the list nav mesh rebuild, right? Rebuild nav mesh. So this one is the one that unfortunately is making NPC not following you in the current release, and I have to remember to fix it for the next. Then we need to check why NPC are not speaking. Probably this is the first thing we're gonna do tonight. Why NPC are not answering? I don't know. Then someone mentioned that it is not possible to chat while on a mount. That is a bit strange because I think I tested it, but we can test it again. Someone is saying that it's not possible, or anyway you're not receiving the messages or something. We should check what is going on there. I don't know if there are already bugs. Any of you already any one of you already submitted any bugs? No, the last bug submitted was 0907. Shortcut bar does not work as expected. According to 7.1 release, there must be some functionality in the shortcut bar. We're trying to drag and drop a night vision ability from the skill window to an MP cell of a shortcut but failed. The icon is attached to the mouse pointer. It was long. I finally figured out how it works. Before adding a shortcut button of any method, you should click on the edit mode. Yeah, exactly. You will please add a floating hint on hovering mouse over this button. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Probably add pencil edit icon, pencil icon on the edit and the edit button for shortcut bar. Maybe we can also add a tooltip. Even the tooltip I think could be annoying because you read it once, but I think if there is the pencil icon will be easier to. I just tried talking while mounted, it didn't work. Okay, maybe something that I can fix server side, because some of that is server side. Okay, so I think I can close this one. Well, anyway, I can exit meeting all, teleport failed. This is a bit annoying. All in the ground. Well, these ones are not very relevant to me. Impossible to pass the door. I think this one I fixed it already. This one, okay. These are more visual, but I mean not visual, but like map bugs. So no error message for cannot read from store. When your selection lose focus on the storage vendor, you attempt to use storage, you don't get an error message. Yeah, this one could be a good idea actually. This should not happen anymore. This should be fixed, ready to test. Well, now ready to test. This one, because I fixed it. In the current release is fixed. Pause does not work while mounted. This one also is fixed pending release, okay? So it can be tested and it's probably fixed. Major bug cannot move while mounted. No, you should be able to. Is linked to the NPC not chasing? No, it's not linked to that. Because the NPC not chasing is only, I mean, is due to the navigation mesh. While you are moving on a mount, you are just. So no, he's not related. He's not related. You cannot move on a mount. Why you cannot move on a mount? What happened? What happened? And by the way, moving on a mount should be a test. Yeah, it is a test. It is a test. You see? It's not possible to move on a mount. So there's been a regression of some kind. There is no reason why you should not be able to move while mounted. No reason. You are trying now, is not moving, huh? I'm thinking what it can be. Hello! Who joined? Hello, Martin. Hey, thank you for the subscription on YouTube and welcome. I have too many maps, so I have to delete some maps, so it would take me too much in debug to launch the game. This, by the way, will become a problem. The more we add stuff to the game, and the more I will need a supercomputer to run it in debug mode. Because in release mode is fairly easy. Because it's, you know, the engine is acting in a smart way. But in so let me delete a bit of few maps, because otherwise we are loading forever. Let me just keep the basic ones. Let me just keep the basics, the main city and the podium. I think is okay. Oh, the action cannot be completed. Because we have Ojaveda loaded here. Let me see if he's so smart and now allows me to do it. Yes. Okay, now it should be very quick because we only have. Oh, wait. I did a stupid thing. Fuck. I deleted. Yeah. I should not delete podium because podium is the character selection map. So if I delete that, we cannot select characters. Okay, why we are not moving on mounts? In theory, should not be related to the nav mesh. Why we cannot move on mounts? I'm thinking about it, but I cannot see why. See you, Christopher. Bye. Yeah, I will check why. It was working last release, so I don't understand what is the problem. Or there is a problem with the specific mount, or I don't know. I cannot move either. What happened? What the hell happened? What did I change? What did I change? I didn't change anything on this. No, for sure I changed something, because otherwise it would work, but I'm trying to understand why the hell. Is a collision issue? No, it's not a collision issue. Can I jump? I cannot even jump. It is a problem. So it seems that I cannot even jump. How is it possible that I cannot even jump? I mean, the jump command is immediately given to the beast. I cannot even jump. What the f... I cannot even jump. And I'm not getting any errors, by the way, so... I'm not getting any... You see that I get the jump pressed. I get a jump pressed action. That is very strange. Don't understand what happened. I have no idea. I have no idea. What crashed? Nothing. I don't know. Sometimes that happens and nothing is crashing. I think it's in C++ anyway. The jump pressed. No, I'm very interested to understand what the hell, because so jump pressed. Okay, if mount is different than null pointer, then NPC jump of mount, right? And this is a client-side call. Yes, it is. It is a client-side call. So the server is going into NPC jump, right? And the server is... We can debug it anyway. We can debug it. The server will go NPC jump implementation. Yes, we'll go NPC jump implementation. And this will go broadcast jump. Which actually is again... There is a net multicast, right? Is a net multicast. In theory, we should see this message, but we don't see it. We don't see this message for whatever reason. But I didn't change this piece in ages. It's ages that I didn't change this part. So I don't understand. We don't get this message, so this means that we never get here, right? That message should be server side, but it's not happening because there is my server, there is my client. I'm pressing jump and nothing happens, right? So it's like if the mount is not replicated, but the mount is replicated 100%. Get lifetime. You fix me. Why we replicate the mount? We replicate the mount because we need it. But anyway, yes, we replicate it. We replicate it. So the mount is definitely valid on the client side. I don't understand when we go server side why we don't broadcast the jump. Let me just see. I don't know. This part was working in the past. I mean, I'm sure. And also the movement. The movement is even more strange because the movement, you know, when I press forward, or there is something broken. Wait, or there is something broken actually on the mount object. Let me see. Meanwhile, let me just launch the Mac the max zip, because otherwise we never finish. Because this will take a lot of time. Okay. No, I was saying maybe there is something broken in the mount. Drifter. Maybe there is something broken in the mount that I didn't see. No, compilation seems to be fine. Compilation seems to be fine. So this guy in theory... Ah, fuck, I know. I know the change. I know the change that I did. I think it's very possible this change. I did a change to improve the way we consider characters. Yes. Yes, yeah. Unfortunately, it's a client change, so a client-side change, so we require a new update. If we want to have the mounts moving, we will require a new update, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but it's very likely. Because I did... I did a change, but I don't know if I did it on the movement though. Because I did, for sure I did a lot of changes in this file, a lot. But no, I didn't do it on movement. I did it on other stuff, but not on move. I did it on animations, but not on movement. So, in theory... but it may be related, It may be related, because... It may be related. Hey, you see, I cannot test everything myself. It's impossible. In theory, before every release, you know, I should go through a list of tests, but that takes me like a day, you know. If I have to retest everything, it takes me like a day just to do that. Yes, I think we have... mouse access. Do we have any input in blueprints, or all the input is... Probably all the input is in C++, that part, because this is only the mouse interaction, but it's not the... So yeah, in theory it should be all here, but for some reason it doesn't work anymore. I don't know what I broke, but definitely I broke something. Definitely I broke something. For sure. Let me do this test. Let me connect with another character. Hey, may happen, boys. May happen. May happen. I just want to see if I jump with... I'm trying to jump and move. No. The other client doesn't see it. So this character is actually not moving for real. He's really not moving. It is really not moving. Okay. It is really not moving. But is it a speed? Is it a speed problem, or is it? Max walk speed. Did you try the Rivnak or did you try the Drifter, guys? The one of you that tested it. Unable to move while mounted on either, so on both, huh? So both characters you cannot move, huh? Both characters you cannot move. You know that at the moment I have absolutely no idea. Can you mount the mount of someone else? No, you cannot. I have no idea where that problem comes from, because in theory, so the sequence is that you press a button, right? And then goes through, and then in theory should go through mouse input. Sorry, through keyboard, this one. Player forward movement, because this one is the one that is set up, right, as move forward and backward, right? So in this move forward and backward, I think it does not exist anywhere else. Okay, apart from key remapping, but and this one, which is another character, but it's okay. So no, it doesn't appear anywhere else. So, but I really don't understand what happened. So this one is the one that is called, right? If auto run, let me try to enable auto run. No, not for this guy, for this guy. It's the same, even in auto run is not moving. So I have no idea what I broke, but I broke something. Hello, Arite. It can be this one. No, well, I don't think so. It's possible though, eh? It's possible. Because the character that we are on is not an ALS character in our new definition. So, you know, whenever I put this check, when we are on the mount, we are not executing the code. Because when you are on the mount, I fear that this update character movement is actually... I understand, but I should at least get this log. I don't get this log. You see this event on jumped actually? It can be. It's very possible there is this change, but I'm surprised of why. Very surprised of why. You know what it can be? It can be that we are not setting any speed on this character. Because wait a second. Set movement model. Set movement model. Set movement model. You know, I think that the problem could be this. Set movement model. On wrap, set walk speed. Huh, it's kind of hard to know, boys. It's kind of hard to know. I think the easiest is to just undo that change and see what happens. But I think it may be there, It may be that one. It may be the fact that at the moment our creature does not have any speed of any kind. And so since it doesn't have any speed, it cannot jump, it cannot move. I think that may be the problem. Even if, as I see here, right, we are setting the speed inside movement data. And this movement data should be used only by an ALS blueprint, right? An ALS blueprint is not used when we are on a creature. So in theory, should not have this problem. In theory. But for sure this one is excluded, right? Is excluded for a normal mount. And before it was not. And before it was not. I don't know if I should remove this and test. But I fear that if I remove this, it will crash because that creature is not... But okay, I can try. Yeah, but for sure they are broken at the moment. For sure they are broken. 100%. 100%. So what I don't fully understand is when you are possessing a creature, right? So you use the possess, the Unreal Possess. Are you still two separate characters and just the player controller is giving the input to the other creature? And so you have anyway the animation blueprints for both, right? I assume so. I assume that both have separate animation blueprints. The only difference is that now the inputs are given to the possessed creature. So this is what I think. I have to see if it doesn't crash, because still I cannot move. You see that this jump pressed action is happening here, right? But then this jump pressed action is not replicated on the server, because on the server I don't see any message, right? While in theory I should get that message. And when I press forward, nothing happens when I press forward. So I think the only way, boys, is to fully debug it. So to really launch the server in debug mode, and I don't think this change makes any difference probably, but I would like to go in player input, blah blah blah. And see if we even go through this. That I have no idea. I have no idea if we go through this, but probably we go through this client side. Yeah, we go through this client side, I think. I think we go through this client side, boys. So and then add movement input is pushing. You know what? You know what? We're going to do this. I know it's not the best, but I just want to understand when I'm on the mount, who is providing the... I think it's still me providing the input. I mean, it should be still me providing the input, right? But I think that could be the one that broke the movement functionality. I can also regenerate the nav mesh, and so at least we have the nav mesh, and we... But I don't think the nav mesh has anything to do with that. I don't think so. I have to redo this window anyway, it really sucks. Okay, so now player movement forward input is 0, right? You see, if I push, I'm pressing W, and now player forward movement is 1, right? And the same is like this. So okay, so the movement is anyway coming from me, client side, with no problems, right? Yeah, so we are getting our... We are getting our player input. So So the player input is actually so this is actually properly client side, right? He has the right value. Is calling add movement input, which actually is. Now the only thing that could be is that our creature has 0 speed, because I cannot think to anything else. Because here is trying to get the movements. Wait. It is trying to get the movement state. It is trying to get the movement state. Yeah, but the movement state is not valid for. Fuck. Wait. I think I understand a bit more now. Because the movement state is available on our character. Sorry, let me try something different. There is this. I want to see if he because in theory is my character. In theory is my character, and in theory my character is in air, so probably we'll consider it in air. Right? And he will add the movement input. The only problem is if... Okay, let's see if we print this or not, because I don't understand at the moment, but I want to understand if we are printing this. If we are printing this, it means that even while mounted, the movement state is considered to be the one of our character. It is a regression, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with those changes, because those are the only changes that can affect movement. I don't think I did any other change. I don't think it can be stamina or some strange stuff like that the creature doesn't have enough stamina or whatever. We don't, huh? Fuck, we don't. We don't. Okay. We don't. Huh. Our movement, okay. So our movement state is not this and is not this. So I don't know what is it. There is an enumeration, but I think I can still print it out as an integer. Probably our movement state is not valid when we are mounted. And this means that nothing works. That is a kind of a big one, huh? That is kind of a big one. Boys, we found a big bug. We are not happy about big bugs, but you know, they happen. I'm not very happy about it, but I mean, I can even release an update maybe on Sunday. I would like to avoid releasing updates when I, you know, one day before leaving, but let's see. We have time. We have all Sunday, I mean all Saturday and all Sunday if we want to re-release an update. I mean, it takes me a lot of time, but main issue is the Mac. The Mac is like insanely long. Yeah, it's still zipping. Okay, so now we want to see if, come on, close this window. We want to see if you see, movement state 0. Movement state 0. Movement state 1, movement state 2. Movement. Why the movement state now is different than it was before? I don't understand. Did I change the... Why? I mean... Why? But yes, that's the problem, huh? That's the problem. The problem is that my movement state is not valid, right? And yeah, my movement state is none. The only thing I really don't understand is who is the character that we are testing? Is this value coming from the drifter, or is this value coming from me? Right? This is what I don't know. I think it's the drifter. I think it's the drifter. I can print out myself, right? I can print out, let's print out ourselves. And, but I'm pretty sure that, I'm pretty sure it's the drifter. And so if he's the drifter, I know how to fix it. But I have to be very careful in doing the changes, because I may break some other stuff. So it's a kind of a delicate operation here, huh? Yeah, but for sure is the drifter, for sure, 100%. 100% is the drifter. I'm only wondering why it was working before. Well, it was working before because the drifter was anyway loading all the advanced locomotion code, and so it was having all that variable updated, which was anyway a bad idea, but it was fictionally working, right? Because the movement state was there. Yeah, you see, drifter. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, we know exactly the problem. We know exactly the problem. Okay, I understand. So we know exactly the problem. Now the question is how to fix it, but I think it's not very hard to fix, because so I think the question is what I need, right? What I need of the ALS code in a mount, right? What I need of the ALS code in a mount. I think the answer is nothing. I think the only thing I need is the player input and the jump. Nothing else. I don't think I need anything else. So this if can stay, right? That if can stay. And this means that all of this will not be initialized, right, for the mount. I could fictionally set I could fictionally set the movement state, right? The problem is that if I set if I set this equal to grounded, for example, right? If I set this equal to grounded, I think it will probably work. Because now, but okay, let's see if it works this way. If it works this way, is already a validation of the theory, right? Is a validation of the theory. If this works, we validated that we understood the problem. We don't have a solution yet. I mean, we don't have a full solution yet, but if this works, we validated the issue. Okay. Okay. I can jump and I can rotate, but I cannot move. I can jump, I can rotate, but I cannot move. So this is actually enabling something, right? It's actually enabling something because the jump, for example, now works, but I can double jump. Interesting. For some reason I can double jump. Yeah, but I don't think that is the best idea though, because this is validating the fact that our creature is using the wrong code, right? But I don't think it's the right way. I think what we need to do, we need to do the same. We need to do if is ALS character. What? What? What the fuck? Is the last character is not here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, what do you mean? It's only on PS character? No. No. Is ALS character? Yes. Is using ALS animation? Yes. Can I please use that variable? I don't know. Why the IntelliSense is not getting this? ALS base character. I have no idea why IntelliSense is not getting this. Is it not on this class or what? Okay, anyway. Scale. What is scale? Scale is get input access value. Can we just call can we just call the forward movement input of pawn and GG? I mean, why we have to reinvent the wheel? Why we have to reinvent the wheel? I don't understand the scale though. Because you know what is the problem? The problem is that this is again another, this aiming rotation is another ALS value. And aiming rotation, I'm pretty sure that is 0. Because this changes based on the view mode, right? So you may have a different view mode based if it's velocity direction, exactly, or if it's looking direction. And I'm thinking if I really need all of this, because I would like to avoid all of this. But even if Okay, let me do something. It's not a perfect solution, but it's a solution probably. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do. It's not the best, but I think it would be, maybe it's okay. So I will call set essential values. Where is the set essential values? It's not here. Huh? Is inside set movement model? No. Where is set essential? Ah, it's in the tick. It's in the tick. And this one is in the begin play. Update character movement. I mean, I'm trying few things to understand what I need, but I think that without these set essential values, it will never work unless I do significant code changes. So this is what I'm thinking. And I don't know if I want to do significant code changes, but basically because the change that I did was to reduce the amount of ALS code executed on non-ALS creatures, right? And so I just tried to skip and cut off everything that was ALS or non-ALS creatures, right? And the problem is that this caused the fact that now the player input is not going through. It's not going through because the player input is assuming that we are always an ALS creature. Hello, developer. Hi. I managed to download and player's name was being replaced by its mount. What? What do you mean? What do you mean, Marcelo? Player name? I mean, when you click on the player or what? Yeah, when you are on a mount, basically you become the mount. That is pretty much how things work, unfortunately, in Unreal. And we don't have a better way to do it because I tried to do it the other way, but the other way was working even less. So what the fuck? I can rotate, I can jump, but I cannot move forward. I can rotate, I can jump, but I cannot move forward. Even with that change. Even with that change. So it's not enough, huh? So this is not enough. And the initialize all value is not enough. So this means that when we go through this, our aiming rotation is probably 0. Or our scale is 0, one of the two. But now for sure we are grounded. The problem is that this is client side, right? So I cannot really debug it, right? So I need to... I mean, I could debug it if I launch the client in debug mode, yes. Maybe that's what I should do. Yeah, I think we can. I think I can launch the server in normal mode and the client in debug mode, right? Why not? What is that block? The block is related to our character movement. Bug sucks. Bugs are just part of the process, so I don't have a problem with bugs. I mean, they exist. They exist because we add them, so it's okay. Okay, so now we have the client in debug mode. And hopefully it will show up. Yes, it is. Okay, so having the client debug mode, we should immediately breakpoint here. Yes, in fact, we immediately breakpoint here. We don't want to immediately breakpoint because we want to breakpoint only when, well, maybe we can breakpoint anyway. And yeah, but it will be basically impossible to, because I will have to press a key and yeah, it's impossible to debug though. Because if I debug it now, it will obviously be 0, right? So if I debug it without moving, why this window needs to be so insanely big? If I debug without moving, this will always be 0, right? So my scale will be 0. My direction will be whatever the direction. My problem is when I move, right? When I move. And so I cannot debug it while moving. Unless I do something like if greater than 0, right? Yeah, we can probably do if value greater than 0, and then we put a breakpoint there. Let's do this. Maybe that's a good idea. If value is greater than 0, I don't know. Let's print out something or do whatever. So we will put our breakpoint here so that we will be able to set the breakpoint and then move in game, right? And we will hit the breakpoint properly. That's the only way, otherwise it's impossible to press on one window and enable the breakpoint on the other window. But anyway, developer, we have the we have the new alpha out, huh? The new alpha 0722 has been released. You can read all the good stuff that we did here. It's released. It's available. It's still an internal alpha, but The good news is that we added a lot of stuff. And now we are in another plateau of bugs. Another plateau of bugs. Yeah, I think I should have been a bit more careful when I did that ALS change. Actually, I only tested that my character was moving properly and that NPC could move properly, but I didn't test pets, I didn't test mounts, I didn't test, so I was a bit... Okay, so let me just check something. That now, if I go here and I set my breakpoint here, the breakpoint is already there. Okay, if I go forward, okay, we trigger the breakpoint immediately. So scale is 1 and rotation is whatever is the rotation, right? Now if I go on a mount, and this is the problem, right? If I go on a mount, I think scale will be 0 or something. No, scale is 1. What the fuck? Then why doesn't move? Why? What the? You serious? Jump is not working anymore. Jump is not working anymore. For whatever freaking reason. Now it's working again. Oh my god. Why? Why sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't? But anyway, apart from the jump, we are basically adding movement input with a scale of 1, exactly in the same way that we do it for the character, right? So why should not work? That's the question. Why add movement input is not doing anything, while right movement input, it is actually working, because this one it is. This one is actually rotating my character. I'm completely lost. Hello, Darkman. There are a few releases behind, yeah, I guess so. We just released the new one, 0722, yay! But he has few bugs that I'm trying to check now. If movement component. Or direction. But anyway, both are doing the same. Both are just calling add movement input, you see? So they are calling add movement input with a specific rotation and with a specific scale, right? So there is nothing magic about this, right? So why rotation works and movement doesn't? I don't freaking understand what is going on. Is movement governed anyway by some other ALS pieces that are getting into the picture. Get control forward right vector. Yeah, exactly. What is this? Forward and right. What is this thing? Get player movement input. There is also this thing that I don't know what is it. It is actually not getting called at all. This get player movement input and this get control forward right vector. They are not called at all. This one is calling this. And this one? Ah, it's on the mantle only. Okay, it's only on the mantle. It's used by the mantle functionality, I guess. Okay. Fine. So, yeah, it will be used only when you mantle. Okay. I don't know, I'm a bit surprised that, you know, even when I don't know why you always have to be knight. I think in one day I will remove the knight completely. Time set 90. So, what I'm surprised, you know, is that if I do, for example, auto run, right, which is this, so I press R and our character is running in whatever direction. Actually, our character is a bit stupid now. I think he got a wrong rotation from the. Yeah, he got a wrong rotation from the mount. There's another problem I need to fix one day. But so if I do that, right? I mean, do we have a max speed of 0? I mean, what is going on? I think we have a max speed of 0. There is no other solution. Where is the max speed? The max speed is inside character. Is inside character movement, right? And there should be a max walk speed. Max walk speed. Max walk speed is 0. Yes, it is. Max walk speed is 0. This is why we don't move. Okay. So we have another problem then. Okay. But that makes sense. That makes sense at least. So max walk speed is not set. Is not set because we set the max walking speed in this function, right? Which is an ALS function. Okay. Well, then I think it's not too much of an issue because yeah, we have the walk speed at 0. Now, the only important point is that I'm updating the walk speed in both server and client, because otherwise it becomes a mess. Set movement model. Set movement model. You see that this set movement model is setting the walk speed based on the race. Yes, exactly. So the set movement model is required. The set movement model is required. Without this, we don't move. Without this, we don't move. Set movement model. Movement model, find table row. So okay. In set movement model, wait. So there are a few pieces that we need to fix in this mess, huh? There are a few pieces that we need to fix in this mess. So we need to set that. We need to set this. Now I think our movement speed will not be 0 anymore. Now on the tick, yeah, because the set essential values, huh? Okay, that is the minimum that we can do. Okay, I think now it will work, but we are still doing a bit too much. But I think now it will work. But I think we are still doing a bit too much on the creatures. Because you know what is heavy? What is heavy is this tick, right? This tick. Tick is executed at every frame. And we absolutely want to be sure that we do as little as possible in the tick. And unfortunately in the tick, there is all the ALS update. There are all the ALS updates that are going on. So he's trying to find the IK position based on the ground. He's trying to, you know, manage the animation, acceleration and deceleration. He's trying to move the bones. So he's trying to do all of that. And we are okay doing all of that on our character. And we are also okay of doing it in all the NPC that are managed by ALS. But we don't want to do it on all the NPC that are not ALS, like for example our mount, right? So this is why I did that change. And now in theory we should be able to move. Fuck, we are not. Then I have no idea why. Why? Why? I did the set movement model. So this one is actually setting the... Wait. Because we are calling super, right? We are calling super, and I don't know if super is then overriding our day. No, in theory not, though. In theory not, because this one is we are calling super first, and then we are setting these values, right? So set walk max speed should really be set. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand why our walking speed should be still 0. Don't understand. Dark Moon, you can download the new release from. I mean, do you have the Patreon thingy, or if you don't have the Patreon thingy, I can send you the link. Just message me on Discord and I can send you the link. So anyway, this is exactly the reason why we are not releasing yet the game to everyone, you know, in the sense that I don't want to have such a problem, you know, of mounts not moving or stuff really not working with a larger set of players, right? Because if I had like 50 players in game now or 100 players in game, you know, it would be a mess. While having only a few people that are anyway players, they like the game, they are in general fan of the game. I mean, they are kind of okay in this phase in saying, okay, there is a problem. Wow, that's a big dwarf. This guy is a big dwarf. So until we are stable, you know, I don't want to... Can you tell me why my walk speed is 0 here? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. So this character movement, max walk speed at 0. Why the max walk speed is 0? If we set the movement model, I don't understand. Hello, who joined? Hello, Kamenduru. Hey, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. We're working on our game, and we just released a new alpha, and we are going through the bugs. We are going through the bugs of the new release. And there is one that is very annoying, which is basically the fact that you can move properly if you are off your mount and everything works as expected, but as soon as you go on your mount, then you can rotate, but you cannot move forward, right? And this is due to a change that I did, so it's absolutely my fault, but I don't understand why we still have a movement to 0. It's very strange, right? Because we have called set movement model, right? Well, we can maybe print it out, but I'm pretty sure that we did. because I said in my ALS based character, right, in the begin play, I said if, right, if we are a mount, call set movement model, right, and it is called once at the beginning. And this one is getting overridden by our PS character that is actually valid for everything, including mounts. And wait a second. Alert. This function is not this function, eh? Who is calling this function? The problem is that we are not calling this function. PS character set race info. Yeah, bro, but this one we are calling it 100%. Come on, I don't believe it. We are calling it only we are calling it only server side. That's very possible, actually. That's very possible. Okay, because this is the place where we actually do. So we never replicate the speed. We never replicate the speed. No, I don't believe that. We never replicate the speed client side. I think we never replicate the speed client side, boys, in the new with the new change that I did, because before was all replicated through ALS. Now we are replicating it, but only oh my god, this is such a mess. This is such a mess. You have no idea how messy is this. You have no idea how messy is this. So that is client side, right? That is client side because it's the player input. I understand that. But max walk speed should be replicated by default, no? Max walk speed should be part of character movement and should be replicated by default, I assume, right? So I don't understand why we have 0 in that value. I don't understand why we have 0 in that value. But that's our problem at the moment. So our max walk speed is 0. I don't understand why it was not 0 before and is 0 now. I don't get it. I don't understand what is going on. Don't understand what is going on. I mean, I understand that the change is here. So the mistake is the optimization that I tried to do. And that optimization optimized so much that now we cannot move anymore. Yeah, we cannot move anymore. Hello, Kamenduru. Are you using Quaternions? Maybe Gimbal Lock? It's just that our character does not have the walking speed greater than 0. That's the only problem, right? And we set our walking speed actually server side when the character is initialized. You know, even for simplicity, let me do this. Let me disable every other NPC so that where is this? Oh my god, I don't have it. I don't have it open. I don't have it open. GG. Okay. I had it open. Let me disable NPC. Okay. So it's only me. It's only me, and let me also disable items so that it's even simpler. Right. So it's only me and my mount in the game. Right. So it's no one else. So this print will be printed. By the way, I didn't say which character. Fuck. Wait. We need the name of the character, otherwise it's impossible to know. Okay, so like this would be a bit better. Okay. Now we are still debugging the client, huh? While the server is in normal mode. So we can get the server log. The server log. I don't do this. Okay, we can get the server log, and as soon as I log in game, obviously I will have my base speed set, right? Because this character has a specific speed. And so as soon as I enter, in theory, I will have a speed set, right? And this should be visible. Max walk speed. This should be visible exactly here, you see. Set max walk speed for Lemur M at 320, okay? So this is happening server side. So server side says, yes, this is your speed, right? Now client side, client side, client side, client side, yeah, client side we don't print that out. Client side we don't print that out. So actually this code is not executed client side. Okay, I understand. Okay. So this piece of code is not executed client side. So the client at the moment knows the speed of this character only because is an ALS character. An ALS is replicating the speed by himself, right? While if I have another character that is not ALS, I think the speed we only have it server side. But anyway, let's summon this guy. So we summon this guy, and now I want to see on the server, right? I want to see another set speed. Exactly, for the drifter. You see? So the server knows. The server has 850 as a walk speed. He has that. But the client doesn't. The client doesn't. The client has 0. Believe it or not. So character movement walk speed is not automatically replicated. Really? That's so annoying. Why max walk speed is not replicated? Max walk speed is not replicated within the character movement component. Thank you. I mean, what is the reason? I mean, what is the reason that you have two different speed on the server and on the client? I don't understand. But anyway, it's not replicated. Okay, so we know the problem. The problem is that max walk speed is not replicated. So by the way, there is another problem. The other problem will be the sprint. Will be the sprint, the run, the crouch. Because now that my character is not... Now that the drifter, I mean the mounted creature, is not anymore an ALS managed character, we are not replicating anymore the... Yeah. Oh my god. So this means that I cannot sprint anymore with my drifter. Cannot walk and run. I cannot walk and run. Fuck. Okay. At least I understand the problem. Now, I don't have a solution in mind yet, but at least I understand the problem very well now. And the problem is this check. The problem is this check. And this check... So I need to decide to replicate the speed for all the creatures. Yeah, I need to replicate the max walk speed for all the creatures, but then I also need the set stance, right? Because the set stance is telling me if I'm running, if I'm sprinting. No, it's telling me if I'm standing or crouching. The sprinting is the gate. I always say that is this one. Yes, walking, running, sprinting. So the problem is that this one is triggered. This one is triggered in the same way. So basically, if he's not an ALS character, set gate. Update character movement. So I think we need to implement separately. Yeah, the only problem is that I have modified so if well, one second, because I'm here, there are too many pieces. There are too many pieces altogether. So player input. Set up player input, right? Because in theory this, right, is executed also on monsters. And so you have exactly the same set on monsters. And so when you are mounting a creature, you get the same set. Now the problem is when I change the stance and I go in crouched or walking, sorry, crouched or standing, or when I walk, there is a toggle. Right? Or when I sprint, right? I should actually say, if you are an ALS character, then do whatever you're doing now. If you are not, just change the max walk speed, right? So this is the only thing I need to do. I think so. But there is another problem. Okay, let's assume that I do this, right? So that I put here if ALS character blah blah blah, if creature blah blah blah, right? There is another problem, that our creatures are scriptable. And so they change speed based on our scripting. And so we did a change not too long ago. Where we did a change not too long ago where I modified our scripting for movement, and it was inside NPC definitions and NPC types, and I said where script like what was it? It was Wonder or was something else? It was Wonder. Too much stuff, boys. Too much stuff. Let me check the log in SVN and we can try to see. Let me search walk and see if we are lucky. No. Let me search speed. No. So there was a change that I did because our wander operation was not properly taking into account the speed, right? I'm 100% sure I did it. So the wander operation, right? Wander operation. Okay. So we did this change. Here there was what? The velocity? Yeah, it was the velocity. Exactly, it was the velocity. It was the velocity in the wander operation. I didn't put it in the very annoying. I didn't put it in the log. But anyway, so I don't have a trace of that. But for sure we changed the wander operation and we added the velocity. So that would be inside because I don't want to do this change and break something else, right? Because otherwise so I want to do a change that it works for everything. And so if I go under NPC operations, right, and I go under the wander operation, on wander operation, I don't know if it's load or run, but anyway, there is the velocity, load velocity, exactly, load velocity. And load velocity, exactly, was doing all this mess, you remember? You remember all this mess? I remember it. So this velocity source right, set brain, set velocity source, velocity source and velocity. Yes, but there was if he's an ALS character, we need to use the defined guide. Yes, you say, so walk, blah, blah, blah. If he's not an ALS creature, then we set the walk speed. Okay, you know what is the problem? That this walk speed is not replicated. So we have the problem here as well. So this will work only for the server side. But this is good, because you see that this is already splitting between even if I remember that we tested it and I remember that we tested it and the NPC was actually walking instead of running. Ah, because we tested with an ALS creature. We didn't test it with a non-ALS creature. So this part actually works, but this part doesn't. Exactly. So this is functional and this is broken. Okay. So I think that the best way for us is to create a new function on PS character, if it doesn't exist already, which will be set current speed. Okay, I don't know if we have something similar. Let me search for speed and see what we get, but I think we need something like mount sprint. Oh my god. Override ALS movement model. You know, I think we can use this one for everything. And we can probably call it override movement model. Or override movement speed and then split it. It's probably a better idea, you know. Set movement model. I'm just a bit confused by this set movement model and this override ALS movement model. Why we have two that are basically calling the same thing? Set the speed value based on the one in race info. Okay. And set movement model is doing it also server side. Because this one is actually running client side. Our version of set movement model. But this is basically working only for ALS. So this one is actually a set ALS movement model. Because you see this, all these on rep are only working on ALS data. So you have a video of it somewhere? Yeah, but I found it, thank you. This problem is a tough problem, eh? This problem is a very tough problem because I think it's badly implemented. We have too many functions that are doing the same thing, and it's not very streamlined. For example, I don't understand why we need to have a set movement model in an override ALS movement model, and both are getting used. One is here, set movement model. One is here in ALS based character, and it's called by the tick. No, it's called by the begin play. It's called by the begin play. And is this one a blueprint function or not? No, it's not a blueprint function. Okay, this one I think I understand. Now, what about the override? Right, what about the override? Because the override... this is where we have the issue though. Because this override works only for ALS, yes. Yes. Okay, relax 1 second, eh? There is like a giant puzzle. You have no idea how big is this puzzle, but it's a giant puzzle. I will try to paint it here, okay, so you understand the problem, but it's a giant puzzle. So we have server side and client side. We have ALS characters and non-ALS characters, right? So we have ALS characters, so managed with the advanced locomotion system. And we have non-ALS ALS characters, right? Obviously, both exist in both sides, and for the ALS characters, which is basically also player characters, we have the ability, obviously, to we have player input, right? And player input is, for example, jump, move forward, and rotate, right? Jump, walk, run. Well, actually, it's way more than that, because there is crouch, there is, you know, roll, there is a million actions. But anyway, let's say that in particular there is walk, run, and sprint. There is then crouch and standing, and there is roll and whatever. But let's say that these ones are defined on the client when you press a certain key, right? When you press like move forward, rotate, and jump, and blah blah blah. Now we have non-ALS characters, and we have players on a mount, which basically is an ALS character. So is an ALS character mounting a non-ALS character, okay? And this is where the mess start to happen, right? This is where the mess start to happen, because when you are here, in theory, you still have all of this, right? You still have all of this. When you are here, you have the scripting system, which can push walk, run, in theory sprint, but sprint we didn't implement it. But the scripting system, they can go walk and run, and then is also the combat system. They can decide if you can chase with walk and run, for example, right? Okay, so now, so this thing exists, right? Exists on both sides. If we want it or if we don't want it, is anyway existing on both sides. And the problem is the initialization of the speed and the change of speed in all of this. Now I just hope all the other changes you've already done don't broke other things in game. I don't know, they may have broken it. It's very possible. That is why we need people testing the game, you know? I cannot do also the testing. It's impossible for me to do also the testing. So I need you to buy a new video card and test the game, Hola. I don't know why you are resisting to buy a new video card and test the freaking game. So now there are anyway a lot of people testing. So like this bug was immediately found, right? So it was found after I did the release. It was found like 1 hour later. So you see that actually there is people testing. Okay, so we have these two situations. Now, the good news is that this part is managed by set movement model and override ALS movement model, and these two are actually properly replicated, right? So these ones, for these ones we don't have a problem, right? It works as expected, and everything that is an ALS character, which basically means all our player races, regardless if they are NPC or not, are working as expected. Now, The problem is here and here. Because at the moment, when the scripting system wants to change the speed of a non-ALS character, he's trying to do it with the code that we have seen a second ago. Here. And this one will never work. I mean, will work. I mean, and this one, as it is written now, doesn't work because max speed is not replicated, right? So I can do whatever I want, but this thing will not work, right? So I need to create a new function, and the new function can be a set walk speed non-ALS, right? A set max walk speed for non-ALS. I think I should call it this way so we will never mistake what we are doing, right? So it should be a set max walk speed non-ALS, right? I think it should be called this way. And this one will work for these guys. And this one I need to call, and this one I need to create it. I need to create it on character. And this one I have to say ALS only. And I don't understand why we cannot have the set movement model next to this one. Set movement model. So here we are at line 31, whatever. Yeah, we are not too far. We are not too far. So let me take this thing a second. Ah! No, but this... I know, but this is only ALS, huh? This is only ALS. Yes, it is only ALS. Only. It is only ALS. Only ALS. Only ALS, okay. So so all this is ALS only. This is ALS only. This is ALS only. This is ALS only. All of this. I hate when he's changing my indentation because he's thinking that is not. But anyway, please, you can do it. Okay, so all of this is movement speed ALS only. Now we need movement speed non-ALS. Right? And for this one, actually, we just need one function. We just need one function, and this function will set the, because we are not basing it on the current yes, exactly, we are just setting it as it is. So so this one will do what? This one will set the max walk speed and will replicate it. This is actually a multicast, because this has to be replicated to all the players. All the players that see you moving should see you moving at the right speed, right? So yeah, should be done for all the players. So let me put a breakpoint bookmark there. So this will be a multicast. With the only problem, yeah, similar to this. With the only problem that multicast, I always forget if it runs on the server as well. I think it doesn't, huh? So when you say multicast reliable, this is going to everyone except the server, right? So we assume that the server did the thing already, right? I think so. So this will be a multicast reliable. Right. And then I will have my implementation of this, no? I have my implementation of this. And this one will take only one parameter, which is the the speed, the walk speed, right? So basically now, well, I just need to declare this as implementation or whatever, and then right, and this will run on every client, and the only thing we want to do is very simple. We will just do the same thing that we do here, which is to oh my god, where was that? That was in NPC operation, actually. Yes, which is this, right? Which is just get character movement max walk speed equal to speed. So this is what we need to do, basically, right? But now we do it on every client, right? Because it is multicast. And then we need to call this like this. Okay, so at least here in our scripting we call it properly. Set operation velocity, right? So the set operation velocity is basically solving this problem. I don't know if it's solving this one. I have no idea. Probably not. But then I need to solve this one. And this one... and this one is in... and this one we need to this one we need when we are in the creation, when we are in the begin play of this thing and we set race info. Yeah, exactly. It's in set race info. When we have set race info, right? Disclaimer is set race info. Exactly. 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 Yeah, I think I did a mistake though here, because here if I don't... Here I did a mistake, fuck. This line is good, but we also needed the previous one, eh? Because this one is setting... This one is setting the speed server side, but then we need to... But then we need to replicate it to all the other clients. Right? Exactly. Exactly. Okay, now in theory with this line... No, sorry. With this line... With this line... In theory we solved... this problem. And this problem. And this problem is solved already by itself, because it's solved by ALS. So we solved this problem. So in theory, we solved all the problems. I don't know. Now, my walk speed client side, now in theory should be the right one, right? Should be the right one. Now the big issue is that I'm not managing on a mount. Sprint, crouch, walk, jump, you know? Actually jump works, but walk, run, sprint, crouch, I'm not managing it at the moment, so... But now that I have this function, it's a bit easier, right? Because... It's a bit easier, because when I go into my... PS character, and my PS character is saying, hey, I'm moving from walk to run. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes, we don't have this though. Well, we can set it though. We can set it. We can set it. I don't know if we are setting this. I have no idea. But basically I will have to say that for non-ALS we need to set the speed manually. So if this character is not an ALS character, if it's not an ALS character, then we need to call this. Then we need to call this, and the problem is at which speed we should get. Well, we should get the race info. We should get the race info for this character. Ah, fuck! Here we are in. Here we are in base. Here we are in ALS, so we have no idea what the race info is. No. No, please. Fuck. Okay. I cannot call this function here because okay. I cannot call that function there. So I need to oh my god, I need to override this one. I need to override this one, Is the only solution. Or I cast it. Can I just cast it to A-less character and fuck it? I think I will. I think I will. Can I cast myself? No, there was this problem. I've seen it already. I cannot cast myself to... fuck. I think I cannot cast myself, I remember there was something that we tested that if you do cast on yourself was giving problems for whatever reason. Was giving problems. Cast self. Dynamic cast. I mean this self. I mean this. I don't remember if there was a problem. I think we did it already. I have like a deja vu, and I remember we tried to do this and something was complaining a lot. But basically we will have to do this and then call, you know, and then call this. The problem is that yes, APS character is unknown inside base character, so I think I tried to do this already and it was not working, and the reason is that and this is why I override this function for yeah, I override this function in my subclass. So I made it yeah, you see that it's virtual already. And basically we can override it. Yeah, it's probably cleaner. 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 So that we override it in super annoying anyway. Super annoying, but okay. So we so I would say this, boys. I would say this. I would say this. If so movement speed non-ALS, right? Actually this is working for both, but anyway. So I will override this. And what? Is there already? Oh, okay, is there already, boys? Is there already? Mount, toggle, walk. I did this already? What the fuck? I did it already, boys. Yes, but this is not gonna work. I understand, but I understand, but this will work only if the mount is an ALS character. That at the moment is not. So I think it is good. But here I will have to switch between the... Oh my god. Oh my god. So here I will have to get the race info. Here I will have to get the race info, and I will have to get the running speed. What? No, get... What? There must be a function to get all the speed in race info. I'm sure. Probably is not get. It's just yes. It's speed run. Okay. This. Okay, this and this. Okay. Okay, this is nice because this will actually... So... yes, we need to set it server and client. 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 Okay, so this in theory should work for toggling walk and run, right? But we still have the prop, so I think this marker unfortunately are individual. So I think that the jump should be fine. The walk and run in theory for what I did now is fine. The crouch should be disabled. And the sprint we still need to do. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. The problem is the time, boys. The problem is the time. Redeem GG. It's not GGing because YouTube is stupid. I don't know why it's not working as expected. You have to do it on Twitch. Maybe one day we will switch to Twitch fully. I don't know. The good thing of YouTube is keeping the recording of everything, so we have the 700, streams recorded thanks to YouTube, because Twitch is not recording anything unless you are GG. Exactly. Hula can redeem the GG for you. You got a 713 from me. Okay, wait. I need to give a version to Dark Moon on Windows. Okay, on Windows. 721, eh? Hi. Here is the latest loadable version. Then you need to... Okay, one succeeded, huh? I have no idea what I mean, if this thing is gonna work, because I did so many changes. Then you need to launch PS Launcher, to run PS Launcher. And update the game to 0722. Okay. Okay, let's see. I have no idea if all those changes are doing something, but in theory they should. So in theory I should be able to move normally. If I'm a player, I should be able to walk, run, and sprint. Okay, this didn't change. Okay, we didn't broke this part. Now, if I summon my pet and I jump on my pet, I should be able to move. Fuck, I cannot move. I can jump, but still I cannot move. Still I cannot move. Why? I didn't call... Wait, maybe I didn't call that function in set race info. No, we did. Set race info. Set race info, right? It is when we set yes, and here we do yes. So we do this, and this is a net multicast, right? There is a net multicast. So this one will... This one will do this, right? And we'll do this on all the clients. I don't understand why it's not working. Why is it not working? It should. It should. Get Karamemura. It should. It should do it. It should do it. I mean, if the net multicast works as I'm thinking, right? So it's going on every character. Ah, fuck, wait a second. Mistakes were made. Wait a second. Race. Set walking speed. Yeah, the problem is that we need to toggle it on the mount. While in this case we are toggling it on ourselves. I don't know if here we are on the the mount, or we are ourselves. Oh, no, this thing of the mount, anyways, is craziness, boys. Is craziness. Is absolutely craziness. Is absolutely craziness. Because I don't know, all the time I don't know if I am the mount or I am the character in these functions that we are calling, right? But anyway, now I'm printing it out, so we will see what happens. Probably I'm calling it on myself instead of calling it on the mount. I think that's the problem. When was that released? Just a second. Okay, so we want to see when we log in. We want to see when we log in. If we get that printout, but actually no, we will not get it because we are a full ALS character, right? So being a full ALS character, this character, we don't get that printout because this printout happens only for non-ALS, right? Now that I summon my pet and he's loaded, now I should get that printout, and I should get it server side. No, well, client. Well, I should get it client side because server side is set directly. So I should get it client side. So if I take the client log, which is this one, and I search this thing, fuck. Why not? Why is not getting called? Why? Why? It's getting called server side. I don't need it server side. I need it client side. And by the way, it's setting it on me. It's not setting it on the mount. So. But it's setting it also on the mount, huh? Yeah, but only server side. What the fuck is going on here? It's not working. Net multicast. Why net multicast is not multicasting shit? Net multicast reliable. Why net multicast is not multicasting? Why? I don't understand. Do I need to pass on the no. Why? Why net multicast is not getting called, boys? I'm so confused. Multicast on landed. Blueprint callable. Net multicast, multicast on landed, reliable. For example, we have this one, right? Multicast on landed. Is this multicast on landed actually working? If it's not locally controlled, call event on landed. Isn't that multicast? No? Something else, huh? It was net multicast. Net multicast. What is the problem of net multicast? Why is not sending it to all the client? Why? Why? Is excluding the owner or what? This motherfucker, why is not working? There is not a special SPC function called multicast. Multicast SPC are designed to be called from the server and then executed on the server as well as all currently connected clients. Bro. All currently connected clients. So can you call it, please? What is your problem? Runs on actors owning client. Runs on actors owning client. Ay, ay, ay. Runs on actor owning client. Yeah, but it should run on me. What? Runs on actor owning client. You mean that I'm inside the mount, huh? And the mount is not owned by anyone. Ah, my god. This problem, bro, to freaking just have a drifter move. Okay, so he's saying that he's not multicasting it because what? He's not multicasting it because I'm not in the owning client. Because I'm not the owning client. I am not the owning client. I am the... I mean... Fuck multicast. I do it by myself and it's easier. I do it by myself and it's easier. I don't understand why this multicast must require the owning client, because now I don't know. Well, in theory I know, because when I'm launching it here, Lemur character, yeah, because what is the problem? The problem is that when the drifter is getting, yeah, but on the client I should get at least the one for myself, no? Ah, he's here now. What? PS a real client. Now we have it on the drifter. Drifter. Stonebreaker. No, we have it on the drifter. We have it on the drifter. Unless I did something wrong, but let me just... Uh-oh. There is a big guy here. Let me try again 1 second. Let me dismiss my pet. And summon it again, okay? and summon it again. When I summon the pet gets constructed, gets loaded from the start, right? So in theory I should get yes. Yes. Is correct. Is getting 850 speed now. 850 speed. Okay. Okay, so that character has 850 speed on the client. Okay, so there is and on the server. So there is no reason why you should not move. Why doesn't move? Why? Why doesn't move? So there is another problem in addition to the one that I already solved. There is another problem. Because now the client knows that is 850. So the max speed should be 850 unless this thing fails. But I don't think it does because it's the drifter character. So okay. So let's debug the client and launch the server normally. I can also roll back the optimization that I did, boys. Everything was working properly before my optimization. So I can roll back to the previous mode. So basically means that every single monster, every single creature will be considered an ALS creature. We will do a lot more calculations for nothing, but at least this basic thing of movement will work. I can also do that. I mean, if it's just a pity because we will do a lot more unnecessary calculations for nothing, and that bothers me a bit. But it was actually working in the previous release, you know, so this optimization that I did fucked up everything. I think it's a good optimization in theory, but in practice is a mess to manage. So maybe I should not do it. Okay, so now we have the client in debug mode, right? So if I summon my pet and I go on top of it, and I try to move and I put the breakpoint to where it was before, there was inside was here somewhere. Was on player input forward movement value greater than 0. Okay, so we are here. So now when I move forward, this thing should not be 0 anymore, right? A character movement, max walk speed, max walk. Bro, what do you mean? Max walk speed 0. How is possible that is 0? It's not 0. We just set it to 850. There is someone else setting that speed at 0? I don't know. Drifter character C0, right? So if I go here in my client log, right, and I search for this, you see drifter character 850. So I'm setting specifically that value to 850. On the client, because here I'm on the client. And here I'm debugging the client. Wait, is this a drifter character? Is this a drifter character? Yes, it is, because he has animation class, drifter, and MVP, so this is a drifter character 100%. I don't understand why the movement is not getting replicated as a I mean, why that value is not getting set. And the funny thing, I mean, the strange thing is that max walk speed is actually 0. It's not even the default value, you know? It's really 0. I mean, why 0? Why 0? Why 0? Because this character has a default walk speed of, I don't know, 600 or something. So, who is setting this? Someone is setting this 0. 100% someone is setting the speed at 0. Right? Someone is setting max walk speed max walk speed at 0. Because there is no other solution, bro. I mean, I don't know who, I don't know where, but somewhere in the code. Let me remove this set movement model. So we remove this from here, and we remove from the tick. Let me see what we were doing in the tick. If is a character, let me remove the essential values. Let me remove everything 1 second, okay? Because I want to understand if someone is setting that at 0. And I think someone is. I think it's now the old code that is overriding my changes. I think this is what is happening at the moment. The problem is that now it's super late. Ah! We didn't fix this. Fuck. We didn't fix it, huh? I have to go, boys. I have to go. Let me do this last test. Did I remove those piece of code? Because I think there is an old piece of code and now is still setting 0. Because the strange is 0. If it was the default value, you know, 300 and something, which is the one that you get from the blueprint, that would be okay. But we are getting a 0, so it means that something tried to initialize and is actually not there. Please work. Fuck. It's not working. Okay. I don't know. I will think about it. If it's really taking too much time, I will just roll back the optimization that I did, and we will have this move again. I don't understand why we are getting this problem. I think there is someone at the moment that is setting the speed on the mount. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's this thing. I mean, there are so many places, right, where where this is getting set, and it can be this one, right? It can be this. It can be this update dynamic movement speed setting networked for the because if this, yeah, if we don't have any encumbrance, you know, then this will go to 0, huh? That is interesting. But the default is 1, though. The default is 1, and I think it's getting calculated only based on the character inventory. So I think I think it's unlikely that we never know, huh? You never know. You never know. You never know. Do you think that the inventory of the drifter is setting it at 0 for some reason? Because I'm sure that at this point there is someone that is setting the drifter at 0. I'm sure. I just don't know where in the code, but it's pretty evident. We can do this last check, and then I need to go absolutely. Because if this is 0, then there is a reason for it, right? But in theory, it should never be 0. No, actually, it can be 0. Can be 0, can be 1. So the maximum is 1, so in theory you can stop moving completely. In theory. But again, that part of the code should not be executed for our creature, right? Should not be executed for our creature. I think it would be so nice to have a debug for replicated variables. Like that you can set a debug and know when that variable is getting replicated. That would be so nice. I don't know if it's possible, maybe it is possible. But would make my life easier. And I think would make the life of everyone easier. I don't know if this is getting called only when I move. Yeah, it's getting called when I move. Okay. Okay, let me see with the pet. 850. Come on, the creature is trying to eat. The creature is trying to eat. Come on, don't eat now. Okay. Okay. Now you see, it's not the encumbrance thingy is not getting called at all. The encumbrance thingy is not getting called, so can I see wait, can I see Oh, because I want to see if on the server side I have the same problem, right? I would like to know. Update ground rotation. But it's doing it on me. 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 Yeah, there is still a problem that some of the calculations are getting executed if I'm on a mount, right? And in theory, they should not be executed. But fine. Now the problem I have is I would like to catch one player input on the mount and see if the mount. But I think if I go player input, right, is not, because this is only client side, yeah. So I cannot really see. Maybe the jump is triggering something. No, the jump is not triggering shit. Because this is also only client side, and then is calling. Just calling this, so I think he's not. I get this, but this is me. Ah no, this is the drifter. Okay, so we can see if character movement wait. What? We don't have character movement in this? Wait a second. What? Uh-oh. 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 We have a... Oh my god. We have a completely different character movement component from server to client. Can you believe it? Here we are on the server, and we have a character movement component, which is actually the my character movement component, which is the... What? No, I don't understand this. Wait a second. My character movement component. What? No, but on the client it was not like this. You crazy. Custom movement component. But are we using this? On the client we didn't have this. Get my movement component. Bro, we are not doing this. Or yes, maybe we are. I don't know. But on the client, I was getting the normal character movement component, and he had my and he had the max walk speed, exactly like I saw it, right? But now here I don't see that. On the drifter, I see ALS character false, but I see a character movement component, which is a completely different one. What do you mean? Get character movement. No, but sorry, I think I'm seeing something wrong. There must be the standard character movement. Where is the standard character movement? There is not. Max walk speed doesn't exist. Okay, I need to go. Unfortunately, I need to go, so this problem will remain unresolved for tonight. It's a bit annoying, but I cannot stay anymore. So, yep, we will see each other on Saturday, I guess, because tomorrow I don't know yet if we will meet or not with my friends, but probably yes. So if we meet with them, I will not be here. Otherwise, I will tell you on Discord, okay? So we see each other on Saturday afternoon. If you want to click on follow on Twitch and click on subscribe on YouTube, that would be good. Also, if you want to become a Patreon at patreon.com/planeshift, that would be great. I'm not very happy that I didn't solve the problem tonight, but you know, sometimes we can fix it on Saturday. And with that, I'm gonna go. Bye. Bye bye. Test the game, huh? Test the game because we need testers. As you can see, there is broken stuff. So we need testers. Good night.